Hey, Ron and Misty, congratulations on 20 years of ministry at the great EFCCL. We wanted to share a couple memories that we remember from our
way back
many years together. You want to start?
Sure. Our earliest memories and fondest memories, no, not fondest, there's lots, but James Street Apartments.
James Street.
Playing euchre or spades, card games.
You guys were a floor above us, I remember. You had a bodybuilder who was a neighbor. Don't remember his name.
That was us that had the neighbor.
Oh, maybe we didn't.
And they lived on the first floor.
And he'd walk around without his shirt on.
Yeah.
All the time. And then we took many a rebound trips together.
Oh, yeah.
Down south, typically.
Over the Mexican border.
Yep, we did travel down through Texas into the great country in the south of us. Mexico. And we also, because Ron and John were youth pastors together, we had to go to the
Ron John Church Shop.
Yep, together. So
yeah.
We did that.
Yep, which reminds me of the times when people would confuse Misty and I because we looked so much alike.
Right. That actually happened.
Yep.
And let's see, other fun memories. Well, Ron, in our early parts of ministry together, you broke everything on various retreats and such. And I have taken such inspiration from you in those breakings of things that in the last 15 years, I've decided to break everything. So thanks for teaching me how to break things well.
No.
But on a more serious side, Ron, it was a joy to minister with you and Misty as well for a few years that we had together. And you have for sure a disciple maker's heart, and it is a joy to see you continue to flourish in the area where you said you would do this for the rest of your life. And so congratulations on these 20 years, and may God grant you 20 more fulfilling years of ministry. Yeah.
Stay young with those youth. And I have to say that one of the most impacting things, Ron, that you have done for me is to marry Misty, because even to this day, she is a really close friend that I depend on. So thank you guys. We love you.
Congratulations.
Ron, I just want to congratulate you and Miss Dell on your 20 years of serving our youth and doing it so well. It is a tremendous blessing. I've had 3 boys and a daughter age out of youth group, and I've personally been involved going into my 5th year and just have observed your love for the kids. And I want to thank you. And a couple of good memories. One was you just diving down that water slide at the after-school blast. And more recently, I just saw how you spoke into each of the lives of our seniors as they graduated last Wednesday. And I could just see the light in their eyes and how important it was there for them to hear you tell them what you saw and the hopes you had and the strengths that you see them developing, each of them. And I just think that was precious. And I love that you speak the truth in love to our kids. I hear it come through in many ways, and certainly through your messages. So congratulations and thank you.
How has our life been impacted by Pastor Ron? It's not just the junior high retreats,
or the all-night New Year's Eve parties,
or the time you made me drive home from Oklahoma in the 100-degree heat in a church van with no air conditioning and 12, 13-year-olds just so you could marry Miss Dell that weekend.
or the time you convinced me to get out of my comfort zone and drive a 15-passenger van through Seattle into Canada to go to RSR camp, and having that become one of the most life-changing experiences of my life. So I thank you for that, Ron.
It's not the coffees and the campfires in the morning in Canada.
It's not the time that you told the whole church during Pastor Appreciation Week that my chocolate chip cookies were one of your favorite desserts.
Should I mention that cold Saturday morning in Lake Geneva when I ran?
Oh no, don't mention that.
Don't.
No,
Okay.
no.
Hey Ron, we know how bad you are at taking compliments, and you're probably squirming in your seat right now. So we'll get to the end.
Ron, we love you, and we just wanted to thank you for all the time and love that you poured into our kids. And we know how big your heart is, and how much you taught them to be just good people.
And taught them how to walk with Christ and model that too. So we love you, buddy. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Ron. Love you.
Love you, buddy. You too, Miss Stell.
Ronnie, happy 20 years. 20 years. I'm guessing that makes you feel pretty old, because I'll be honest with you, it makes me feel old, knowing that I was at the first part of that 20 years. But I want to congratulate you. That's a huge accomplishment. And I can honestly say that, you're one of the top 3 males in my life that have had the most influence on the person that I am today. I can't thank you enough for that. I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing, that I turned out great, but you had a hand in it regardless. It's incredible to see you do what you do, Ron. It's clear to everyone that watches you that you're truly doing what God intended you to do. The way you love on kids and you invest in kids, whether they're through your program, through the youth group, or even after the youth group. To see you pour into kids in British Columbia, you truly leave just a massive wake of people that you've affected in a positive way. And it's incredible to see. I honestly can never thank you enough for all that you've done for me. You've just been a role model since junior high, so to the best of my ability, I want to thank you. I'm supposed to give you one of my favorite memories of us that I have with you, and it's impossible to narrow one down. Whether it's the 15 years of British Columbia trips, you ran into me. We got in a car accident. You rear-ended me in one of those. We've been to Oklahoma, Colorado, Georgia. The amount of trips and things that we've done together is incredible. But I just wanted to thank you, congratulate you on a good 20 years. I'm excited to see what you do with the next 20. And hopefully I will see you soon, because I don't see you enough. Love you, buddy.
Hi, Ron. I just want to say that you've impacted my life by encouraging me to lead and believing in me. And you've also been a great teacher, and I've learned so much about ministry and discipleship from your example.
Ron, congratulations. I really appreciate how you kind of led me or nudged me into youth ministry. I was just kind of going to go on the BC trip with Gabrielle when we started dating, but remember you taking me out to lunch and talking to me about the youth group and stuff, and it's been a really big deal for my life, meeting all the different leaders and the kids, and I don't really know what my life would be like without that happening, so thank you for that.
The thing I like most about Ron, is that you're really weird, and that makes you a great youth leader, and then you're also the most grace-filled, gracious person that I've ever met.
Yep, and something I really appreciate about you is just how incredibly patient you are with these kids, almost to a fault at times, and it's really cool. And a bonus is you have the best chili I've ever had.
That's true. Your chili is the best chili in the world.
All right, congrats, Ron.
Hey, Ron. Congratulations to you on 20 years of faithful and fruitful ministry. This celebration points out something that I have long known and admired about you: your faithfulness and your perseverance. Your life has been a great example to me over all these years. They asked us to answer this question: what do you like best about Ron? That's an easy question for me to answer. I didn't even have to think for a moment. Your wife. Ha! Just kidding. Seriously, I am so struck by the simplicity and the purity, the humility and the gentleness of your life and faith. We who know you know that there's not a pretentious bone in your body. I believe that's why your life has been so impactful for the cause of Jesus. I wish I could be there to celebrate with you. I love you and have counted it one of the deep pleasures of my life to count you among my good and trusted friends. Have a great day, and God's best on you. Your friend, Brian.
Ron Kirkeeng has been a spiritual impact in my life. It's gone all the way from junior high through high school. Is starting to become a leader myself in the youth group, and him helping me get to Moody and walking with me through that, and even after that. So Ron has been a big spiritual mentor in my life, and one of my favorite things about him is the heart that he does have for students. That he's selfless towards them, and he just wants to make disciple makers, and those are two things I love about Ron.
Wow, Ron, 20 years in youth ministry? That makes you pretty old, but me a lot older. Anyway, I wanted to let you know that I am thrilled that I got to work beside you, and even more thrilled that my son Henry got to be under your leadership. You taught those kids with such fun, but such love and truth from the Word of God. I just know it had a great impact on him, and watching you and working with you had a great impact on me too. I just hope that you continue to do well in ministry, and that the Lord will bless and keep you for a long, long time. I miss you, brother. Bring your wife and kids and come out to South Dakota sometime soon. Bye-bye.
So, this is me. I'm a cool dude. I like to ride motorcycles. I'm missing one arm and a hand. It's because my kids don't know how to shoot Legos. But anyways, I've got this really good friend. And his name is Ron Kirkeeng. Yep, that's Ron right there. I gave him a big head so you can see how happy he always is. Anyways, Ron is the type of guy who will do anything for you. Hey Ron, how you doing? I'm doing great, Mike. Wow, that's awesome. Help, 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 I'm being taken away, help, help. Hulk smash, Hulk smash. Hey, I gotta go help my friend. Hey, you mean guy, you stay away from my friend. Shoot, I missed. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put the phone down for a minute. Alright, we're back. Hey, you leave my friend alone. Oh. Are you okay, Mike? Let me help you up. Oh. Thanks, Ron. That was awesome. No problem, man. You just rest for a bit. My dog's barking. Anyways, that's the type of friend he is. Or, if all of a sudden, a different bad guy, this bad guy, came and stole me. Help! 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 Help me, please! I'll save you again, Mike. Ugh. He would climb this vine, and he would get me free. Haha, take that. And then he'd get me out of the flower pot. That's where I fell. A little dirt on my crutch. Thank you, Ron. You're a good friend. No problem, man. Or, if all of a sudden I decided to go swim in the ocean. Swimming in the ocean. And then I drowned. Ron, he'd go hop in his boat, and he would row his way out to wherever I was. And he would hop in a submersible. That lid was supposed to be open. Hold on. He'd get in a submersible, and then he'd come down to save me. Down under the waves, Guess those are waves. Oh, look, there's a crazy monster down here. And then he would defeat the monster. And then he would save me. It's hard to do. Oh, thank you, Ron. Ron, you're the best. No problem, man. We're friends. That's what friends do. Or if I was somehow set on fire, maybe I can set myself on fire. Yeah. Shouldn't use lighter for it. Oh, wait, there, I'm burning. Don't worry, Mike, I'll help you. Always wanted to use one of these. He would save my life. By launching me off the table. Oh, that's pretty cool. So basically, all that to say, my friend Ron is more like Master Chief. He's confident, he's able, he's armed with the Word of God. He is a good friend when you need a good friend. And all in all, I love you, Ron. You're a good man. I'm glad to know you.
When I think back to the years that I spent in this youth ministry, you are a huge part of them. Years that were very formative for me, where I learned to love people and to love Jesus more and more. When I think of your impact specifically in my life, I think about serving others, because you talked about it, you taught me how to do it, you showed me how to do it, and I can't think of a more humble and happy servant probably in my life. So thank you, and I look forward to many more years at the church together. Maybe my kids will be so lucky to have you as their youth pastor as well. Congratulations.
My life has been positively impacted by Pastor Ron Kirkeeng. Long after I moved away from Illinois, I still remember Ron's passion for fun and games and inventing activities that can entice anyone. I personally treat almost everything like a game, and I think Pastor Ron would be proud. On a deeper level, Ron really showed me that the gospel is about love and is about not about doing necessarily the normal thing, but doing the kind of the kooky thing sometimes. And what is my other favorite thing about Ron? He's great on the grill. That guy can really grill.
Greetings from North Carolina. We just want to say hi and just share a little bit about the impact that you've had on our lives and our kids' lives, and just how much we love you. So Drew wants me to start because I'm the serious side of things, and then he's going to take over after that. But Ron, I just want to say that you just have shown such a big heart for God and for others over the years, and I just love that about you. The ministry that you've had to our kids and to us has just been a huge blessing and a big impact on us, and we just have enjoyed so much serving with you, and we miss it, believe it or not. It's a big hole in our life that we don't have that anymore, but we just want to say that, or I just want to say, I guess, because Drew will talk on his own, but I just want to say that I love you and Mistel. You've been great role models for us, and it's just a joy to serve alongside. And our kids are walking with the Lord as a result of the big part that you've played in their lives. They love the Lord, they serve the Lord, and that's just huge to us. We pour into them, but you poured into them too and made such a big impact. And I think the 20 years longevity of serving in ministry is just amazing. And just, I guess it's a testimony to God, His faithfulness, and the amount of patience that you have through the power of the Holy Spirit to withstand 20 years as a youth pastor.
So that's why I let her go first. Pretty easy to see, huh? But yeah, I've been thinking about this, and Ellie, we're sorry, we're very last minute, but I've been thinking about this, and I recall the early days, the Special K days with the parachute pants, and up to your current fashion statement with the large, oversized wildlife picture shirts. And the bears, and I think there's a wolf and some other things. And you've always been a fashion icon in youth ministry, and you should be applauded for that. I know you also have a large collection of probably every single T-shirt that you ever got for every retreat and every challenge and everything, RSR and everything else. So those need to find a home, maybe a quilt or something someday. We've had so much fun and done some things that I'm not particularly proud of, and fortunately, we were never indicted for some of these, and we didn't really lose any kids. Some kids may have been hurt, but overall, I think there was a lesson that was taught and learned, and as well as other kids as well as my own kids. So the one big thankful moment that I have is you actually helped move my two oldest kids out of our house, and they're no longer on the Davidson Bowl. They're on their own, thanks to you, and you are marrying them, so we appreciate that. Seriously though, thanks for everything. You've done a great job. It's not easy, and there's so much that I got to see kind of behind the curtain that I had no idea that you got involved with, and you always handled it with grace. And we just thank you for your ministry, and we love you.
I just want to say too, for Mistel,
oh yeah, a lot for Mistel.
just a lot for you, Mistel. You just the joy you have, the creative spirit, and the support that you show Ron and your family is just huge, and it speaks a lot to the love you have for the Lord and for others.
Oh yeah, I wanted to add one thing. Pastor Jay, elders, Mark Colby, you guys, Ron has now a high school freshman and a high school senior, soon to be going to college. Loosen up a little bit, on the salary. Take care of this guy. It needs to happen, and he has earned and deserves every spare dollar you can give. So, Ron, got your side, buddy. We miss you guys. We'll see you soon. We'll see you in August.
All right, love you.
Take care. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So 20 years. Ron, congratulations on 20 years of service. I think that's just a remarkable achievement, especially knowing how difficult it is to live through the life cycles of a ministry that often leads to others leaving. You've shown your perseverance, your patience, your love for the kids that have come through, and it's illustrated very strongly with the BC mission, which I'll save the details of that, but clearly the amount of lives that you've touched through that, whether the kids up in BC or the kids that have come through our group, it's really noteworthy. And you started this ministry without kids. You're now learning what it's like to be a parent of a teenager. I know it's made you a stronger person, and I'm sure there are plenty of parents out there now saying, yeah, see, now you know what it's like. And Isaiah's only starting 9th grade. And so while we've got a new way of doing our youth retreats, and we can no longer do the things that might get us, make us headliners in the local newspaper, I do want to wish you the best, and I applaud you, and I appreciate you for who you are.
Ron, I just want to say thank you for impacting my life in ways I can't even describe. I just appreciate the friendship we've had and just a time of getting to know each other, lunches, retreats, trips, BC. Something I like most about you is your easygoing personality. Is, you know, it just makes it for a fun time just to be around you and just to enjoy your slightly goofiness at times and even your seriousness. And I appreciate all you've done over your service for the church. Thank you so much.
To join you in celebrating 20 years of faithful ministry at the Evangelical Free Church of Crystal Lake. I remember when you first came, you were pretty raw there, Ron. I was just really shaken when I saw you driving a pickup truck one day past the window of my office and the kids in the back of the truck, and all I could think about were all the liability issues. You had come home from back to school retreats and winter retreats, and you were the one that was injured. And we wondered if we were ever going to get through those years. And now I look at you, and you have just grown up as a man of God and as a pastor to the teenagers there at Crystal Lake. I remember when you were graduating from Trinity, and we wanted to honor you in receiving your master's degree, and you wanted to honor Misty because she was such a faithful partner to you. And so money was raised that was passed on to Misty to record a musical album that was her dream. You have become one who has been passionate about making disciples, and not just making disciples, but making disciples who make disciples of teenagers and young adults there in Crystal Lake. God bless you. You've done such an awesome job. We're so proud of both of you. We love you both. I can't wait to see you hopefully later this summer. Again, well done, good and faithful servants. 20 years of faithful ministry. God bless you.
Okay. Rowan, what do you like about Ron and Mistel?
Take toys to the house.
And for the rest of us, we thank you for taking special interest in our family, making us feel so welcome to EFCCL, taking us in as one of your own, and putting up with our crazy kids in community group and just in general life. So thanks for being our friends and loving on us.
And thank you for you being my friends, Isaiah.
Hey Ron and Misty, on behalf of the entire family, we'd like to express to you our sincere appreciation, gratitude, and respect for your 20 years of youth ministry at EFCCO. You've impacted us all with your commitment and your incredible hard work and all that you've done to teach us so much. It's been such a pleasure and a privilege to work with you. My favorite memory of Ron is his Yogi Berra way of expressing things, like going to Chipotle and thanking us for severing the students, otherwise known as serving. But anyway, we love you, Ron and Misty. Thank you very much for everything you do. May God bless your continued ministry.
I Ron and Mistel. 20 years is an amazing accomplishment, and I have tons and tons of incredible memories with both of you, from Oklahoma to British Columbia to the most important memory of all, which is when we beat the staff at Broomall while dressed as Braveheart characters. But the number of lives that people have impacted and the full scope of that change, I don't think can be fully measured or quantified. And thank you both for putting up with me, and I was probably the most annoying 13-year-old child on the planet, and really setting the foundation for the man that I am today, and I owe a large part of that to both of you. So thank you both. I love you guys. I miss you, and congratulations again on 20 years.
Hey Ron, we just want to thank you for your influence in our lives, and for marrying us, and for just encouraging us in loving God and loving God's people. Thank you for spending time with us, and for just always loving us whenever, anytime.
Yeah, Ron, thank you for being a friend and a mentor all these years.
It's been great doing youth ministry with you, and I hope that we can continue to do more in the future. All right, we love you, Ron.
Hi, Ron. I'll try not to say anything too corny, but we'll see. First, I'll tell a story. I remember we were at Challenge. I think I was in middle school, and you were my small group leader. And I distinctly remember you just being cool with a super awkward silence for like 5 minutes. And I hated it because I don't really like silence, but looking back, we needed that time to process and actually like deal with our internal worlds. And now that I'm older and working with students, it's super helpful to practice just being patient and letting people think for a bit. So thank you for that and for being patient with me back when I was a youth group kid. And there's a lot that I'm really thankful for, like you shepherding us through mission trips and challenges. But I'm also really just thankful for the space that you provided for us to become friends with each other and that friend group that I got to be a part of. Apparently you still talk about the 3 Chris's and all the other guys and girls from that generation. It was such a blessing to get to become good friends with people that are trying to figure out what it means to follow Jesus and have you guide us in that. And encourage us and come alongside us as we learn to build friendships and relationships. So I'm super thankful for you and your faithfulness to the ministry. That's just a long time to be working with people of that age. That kind of patience and tenacity is incredible to me. Thank you for all that you've done for me and my family. There's so much I can say, but I'll try and keep it short. So again, thank you so much, and God bless.
Ron, I love your huge heart for student ministries. You love having fun, and so do I. I appreciate all the times we hung out after youth group and locked up the building together. Remember the time we locked a couple girls that were hiding in the bathroom in the student ministries building? We didn't know they were there, but we went home, and about a half hour later we got a call from Dave Pelsgrove after the cops had showed up. We had a lot of fun on retreats, the slip and slide, rubber band wars, Nerf gun fights, 5 stars, ultimate frisbee, all the eating contests. But most importantly, Ron, you taught my kids how to love Jesus more and more. You're a great friend. I love you, man.
Wow, 20 years, congratulations. I just want to thank both of you guys for the impact you've had on our family. Ron, it was a joy to serve with you for over 10 years. I am so glad that I was able to watch you in action. Lyndon and I both really appreciate all that you did for our kids as they were growing up. And I especially want to thank you for the whole BC experience for my kids. I know they're different people because of that. And I know, Miss Stella, you were a part of getting that whole thing going, so I want to thank both of you for that. And thank you that I was able to share in that too. I will always treasure that. Anyway, congratulations, and you guys are loved, and we're just so happy that you're a part of our lives. We love you.
Hey, Ron, Miss Stella. Credibility has been defined by one of my elder friends as integrity over time. That defines you guys. I don't know of another pastor couple who gained that kind of credibility in any First Nations community. Your names are known all over Mount Curry by hundreds and hundreds of people. Faithfulness, dear friends, you've impacted my daughters, our grandchildren, generations of people in Mount Curry, and we're just grateful for your life, buddy. You've impacted my life. You're one of my best friends.
I agree with everything Don said. You guys are incredible. We love you so much. Just can't imagine not having you in our lives for the past 20 years. You guys are awesome.
And well done. I mean, for a youth pastor to spend 20 years, not only with your own youth group, but in a cross-cultural ministry extension, that's just absolutely over the top. You're amazing.
You've been youth pastor for 20 years. You love to preach and feed and teach and refrain from too much beer. They smoke for cokes and play practical jokes, and you are super sporty. You are quite spry and super but your first class is nearly 40.
Wow, that's old.
You've been a youth pastor for 20 years. You love to preach and feed and teach, and we're blessed